Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're watching this. This is my fourth and last end-of-year message as President of the International Union of Psychological Science. The last 2 years of my presidency, which ends in July 2022, have been served under various forms of lockdown. COVID-19 continues to affect lives worldwide. Despite 2021 being an unusual year, IUPsyS has continued to deliver our ambitious 2020-24 strategic plan, which has 5 complementary strategic goals, which provide a cohesive blueprint that will allow us to build on previous accomplishments, to grow our global footprint and impact as a broker convener of psychological science, to engage more with our national members, to increase our regional activity and engagement, to improve the global visibility and profile of IUPsyS, and to develop operational capacity and financial underpinnings. In this short message, I'm just going to note some highlights. You can read more about our work on our website and in the bulletin. It was with sadness that in 2020 we noted the deaths of colleagues, including Professor Albert Bandura. Professor Bandura was a recipient of the IUPsyS Lifetime Career Award in 2012. The award jury at that time noted that Bandura's scientific contributions are among the very most important in all of psychology. Albert Bandura is the 4th most cited psychologist in all of psychology, with Freud, Skinner and Piaget. Our thoughts are with all who have lost family, friends and colleagues in this last year. The International Journal of Psychology, IJP, is the only truly multidisciplinary and international psychology journal publishing strong psychological science from around the world. See, for example, our recently published special issue, the first of 2, on psychological research on COVID-19. Under the leadership of Editor-in-Chief Abigail Gowitz, IGP has gone from strength to strength. As psychology's global voice, IUPsyS is represented on and works in collaboration with many international scientific bodies, including the International Science Council, the United Nations and the World Health Organization. For example, past President Sats Cooper served on the governing board of the International Science Council from July 2018 until 2021 and was Deputy Chair of the Committee on Freedom and Responsibility in Science. I've been pleased to represent IUPsyS on the International Science Council's Committee on Data, CODATA, which promotes global collaboration to improve the availability and usability of data for all areas of research. IUPsyS was a main respondent in an International Science Council response to UNESCO recommendations on open science. In our contribution, we highlighted a need for equity of contribution and access to outputs generated by higher income countries and funding implications for the ability of scientists in low and middle income countries to contribute to open science. The International Union of Psychological Science strong and active links with the World Health Organization have continued, led by Secretary General Anne Watts. For example, the first comprehensive resource dealing with WHO's ICD-11 classification of mental and behavioral disorders based on a psychological approach to diagnosis will be published in January 2022 in partnership with the American Psychological Association. Since my first election to the International Union of Psychological Science Executive Committee in 2008, I've been privileged to be involved in IUPsyS capacity building activity with regional leadership, including in the Caribbean, Africa and the Asia Pacific. The focus of our capacity building in regions has meant that we have been able to support the maximum number of national organisations in those regions. And in July 2021, the International Union of Psychological Science Assembly agreed to change the status of our regional affiliates to become regional members. Our flagship 32nd International Congress of Psychology was rescheduled to July 2021, renamed ICP 2020+, and took place virtually. The change in format did not affect the quality and vibrancy of the ICP 2020+ scientific programme, which had over 3,500 participants from over 107 countries. I was pleased to convene an IUPsyS President Symposium on the global implications of open science, sponsored by Y Publishers at ICP 2020, and a recording of this will be shortly available on our website. The 33rd International Congress of Psychology, ICP 2024, will take place in Prague in 2024, so look out for information about this in the next few months. The International Union of Psychological Science will hold its next assembly in 2022, during which elections for Secretary General and 3 executive committee members will take place. The assembly will take place at the time of the European Congress of Psychology, which is the Congress of our regional member, EFPA, in Ljubljanka, Slovenia, in July 2022. My appreciation is extended to the outgoing EC members, especially Gochi Leong, first treasurer from the Asia-Pacific region, and Sats Cooper, past president. Sats was the first president for the Majority World and Global South. He made an exceptional contribution to global psychology and the Union for over 20 years, and I'm sure will continue to do so. He will be missed from the Executive Committee. However, we will most certainly continue to call on him for support and advice. I would like to welcome the new Executive Committee, including Amanda Clinton, who was elected IUPsyS Treasurer, and Herman Gutierrez, who was elected President-elect at our last Assembly. Herman has an outstanding scientific record, vast experience, and a commitment to support the development of psychology worldwide. I'm sure he will be an excellent President. Without the support of the Executive Committee and the national members and affiliates, it would not be possible to achieve so much. My personal thanks must go to them, but also, in particular, to the Secretary General, Anne Watts, and the Administrative Coordinator, Carl Swain, and other colleagues in the Secretariat led by Dr. Watts. I recorded my 2020 message in the week that the first vaccination against COVID-19 was administered in the UK. The development of vaccines in such a short time was extraordinary and a testament to the power of collaboration in science for public good, providing the most effective tools to reduce serious health effects of the virus. However, low and middle-income countries have been the least likely to benefit from the scientific breakthrough of the vaccine. As the World Health Organization says, developing a vaccine against COVID-19 is the most pressing challenge of our time, and nobody wins the race until everyone wins. This global public health emergency highlights the need for cooperation and collaboration that supersedes national boundaries and disciplinary interests. The International Union of Psychological Science has no national boundaries and remains committed to collaboration, the effectiveness of which is supported by a wealth of psychological empirical evidence. Psychology is and should be at the forefront of human endeavour. We must work collaboratively for public good, exploring the science, application and impact of psychology in our fast-changing world, opening ourselves to fresh challenges and opportunities so our discipline can continue to serve humanity. So finally, it's been an honour to serve as President. Thank you. And on behalf of the Executive Committee, I wish you and your families, friends and colleagues a happy, healthy, peaceful and better 2022, in which hopefully we can have opportunities to meet in person. Thank you.